Welcome everybody to our first ever tutorial video. This will be for our math project, and we are going to be discussing to you about geometric sequence and geometric series. So first thing first, let us talk about what is geometric sequence. So geometric sequence is a sequence of numbers where each term after the first is found by multiplying the previous one by a fixed non-zero number called a combination. Okay, now that we know what is geometric sequence, we're gonna be talking about geometric sequence formula. So, geometric sequence formula. So, being your A is equal to A sub 1 multiplied by R raised to n minus 1. R being your common ratio. Your n as being the number of terms. And your A as the nth term. What we have will be 5, the ninth term, in a geometric sequence. If the first term is 8, and your common ratio is 4. Okay, let's have it. Our problem is find the ninth term in a geometric sequence if the first term is 8 and the common ratio is 4. Always remember that this will be a formula. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. So now let's put down all our numbers. So a sub 9 being your ninth term, and 8 being your first term is a sub 1 times 4, which is your common ratio, raised to 9 minus 1. Copy that again. 8 times 4, 9 minus 1 is equal to 8. Next, copy 8 down, and 4 raised to 8 is 65,536. Then multiply the 2, you'll be getting 524,288. And that is your answer for this question. Okay, now we're gonna go for a second problem. Now, our second problem is if you pay 2,500 dirhams or 2,500 AED for an iPhone 6. And its value depreciates by 6% per year. How much will your phone cost in 8 years? Okay, good. Okay, so we always have to remember our formula, which is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 times r raised to n minus 1. We're going to be using that for this. Now, first things first is how to get, we have to always make our percentage value into decimal. And to do that is you're going to be that will be your value in decimal. You must always convert it. Now let's start. So first things first is you bring down your valuables. So a sub 1 being your 2,500 dirhams times 0.06 is equal to 150. Then you want to take your 2,500 dirhams minus it by 150 will give you 2,350. Now we have our a sub 1. Right, this will be our 2,350 being our a sub 2. Now, as you can see in our problem, we do not have a common ratio. Now, in order to get your common ratio, it's always done by r common ratio is equal to a sub 2 over a sub 1. Now, substitute the value 2,350 divided by 250, 500 is equal to 0.94. This will be your common ratio. Now, after that, so a sub 8, 8 has your nth term, is equal to 2,500 dirhams times 0.94 common ratio raised to 8 times 1. Okay, now as we have that, we have to, of course, 8 minus 1, copy everything down, 2,500 dirhams times 0.94 raised to 7. Now, copy them down again. 2,500. Now, 0.94 raised to 7 will give you 0.64847759419264. Now, it's really this long. You really have to copy like the whole value of what you're gonna be getting out of it. It might be long, but it's worth everything. Now, copy this down again and solve this too. When you solve that, you get 1,621.1980. This will be the value of your phone in the next 8 years.
One eternity later.
Hey guys, we're gonna talk today about geometric series and people. Let's start off by what is a geometric series? Geometric series is the sum of terms of a geometric sequence. So that is the sum of the terms in geometric sequence.
Okay, so let's define what is the formula of the geometric series. It is S sub n equals a sub 1 quantity 1 minus r raised to n whose quantity and over 1 minus r. So we know now that the formula of a geometric series is S sub n equals a sub 1 quantity 1 minus r raised to n quantity all over 1 minus r. But what is n, a sub 1, and r means? So n means that is the number of terms. Number of terms. Sorry, my bad. So after that, what is the r? R is the common ratio. Okay, so a sub 1 is our first term. The first term. Okay. So now that we know the meaning of all of those things, let's try to solve a problem. Okay, let's know that practice is the best way to learn. Let's do this first example. We have 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 24, and what you're going to find is S sub 9. So in this equation, we know that the 3 is our first term. We should always know that because that is the very first on the equation, and the 24 is our a sub 4 because that is the fourth on all of the equation. Okay, so since we have a sub 1 all to the a sub 4, we must find a sub 9. There are two ways to do this actually, and one is easier, one is harder, because sometimes you're gonna have to find, for example, s sub 100 or s sub 1000. Yeah, so it's kind of difficult to do that in the simple way than the formula. So let's try doing the formula and the simple way at the same time. Okay, so that what I do is I always write the formula before I start so that I'll never forget what to do. So let's remember S sub n equals A sub 1 and quantity 1 minus R raised to n close quantity all over quantity 1 minus R close quantity. So that is our first is our formula there. So let's try to equate that. So as our A sub 1 being 3, let's put that on the formula. So A sub 1 equals 3 quantity 1 minus, what is our R? What is our R? Question mark. A sub n. Okay, so how are we supposed to find R? And I was about thinking about myself also. Say, why is 3 plus 6 plus 12 plus 24? How did that happen? It's because of the R. R is equals to what? If you multiply 3 to 2, you'll get 6. If you multiply 6 to 2, you get 12. Multiply 12 to 2, you get 24. So that's how we will find out the R. So in this equation, R is equals to 2. So now that we know R is equals to 2, let's try this. 3 quantity 1 minus 2. If we simplify all of that, you'll get 3 quantity 1 minus 512, and the denominator 1 minus 2. So if we simplify all of that, you'll get negative 1, and if we simplify that, you guessed it, it's 511, negative 511. So there you go. Since we see that there's a negative, that'll be redundant, so we just cancel that. If every time you see a negative, you just cancel that out, because if you do that, you only have 1 here in 511, so 1 will be useless. So let's just do it this way. 3 is quantity 511. If we distribute that 511 to 3, you'll get 1,533. Yes, 1,533. So the purpose of showing this formula is that it's easier for doing the other method. So this is the harder method. So A sub 1 is 3, A sub 2 is 6, A sub 3 is 12, A sub 4 is 24. So A sub 5, we know that R is equals to 2, right? So if we multiply 3 to 2, you get 6. Multiply by 2, 12. Multiply by 2, 24. And if we multiply that, you'll get 48. And we multiply 48, we'll get 96. We'll get multiply 96, we will get 192. We multiply 192, you'll get 384. And if you multiply that to 2, you'll get 768. So that's that we reach to A sub 9. But all in all, if we all add that together, we'll still get the same answer, which is 1,533. So Eric has a part-time job across the street, and he was offered $0.10 for the first day. For the second day, he was offered 0.20 dirhams. On the third day, he was offered 0.40 dirhams, and 0.80 dirhams on the fourth day, and so on. So what would his total income be after 30 days or 1 month? Hold on. So if we're gonna write all of that, we're gonna write 0.10 plus 0.20 plus 0.40 plus 0.80. So yeah, freak. Why did I do that? So if we're gonna put that on the paper, the first is A sub 1, which is 0.10. So we write 0.10 plus 0.20 plus 0.40 plus 0.80. So of course our remainder will be R equals to 2. And our n, which is the 1 month or 30 days, that is our n. N equals 30 days. Just 30. So as our formula, which is S sub n equals A sub 1 quantity 1 minus R raised to n equals quantity all over 1 minus R. There we go. So we have to substitute all of that onto the equation. So Sn or S sub 30 equals A sub 1 or 0.10 or 0.1 quantity 1 minus R or which is 2 and raised to n which is 30 quantity and all over 1 minus R which is 2. So simplify that. If we multiply all of that, you let me know. Just kidding. In 3 seconds, I'll teach you the book. What we'll get is 1 minus 2. Wait, let's write it all first. 1 minus 2 is obviously 1. Duh. And we do the negative 2 raised to 30, which is, try to multiply that. You'll get 1,073,791.82. So we're gonna have to write that down. So the given is 1 minus 1,073,741.82. There we go. So we're just gonna subtract the 1,073,741.82. So that's just gonna be 740 at the very back. So since all of this is negative, we're just gonna remove the negative because so that it's because it's the same signs. So now we will distribute 1,073,740.82. So if we get all of that, we will get 107,374,182.3. That is Eric's salary for 30 days.